spirit is broken.
Welcome to a special edition of Sunday Night Basketball here on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. As we head towards the playoffs, let's see where the Eastern Conference standings sit. You look at Orlando, they're clinging on to the final playoff spot in the conference, trying to improve their position if possible. And of course, there's the Raptors. They're tied right now.
And looking at Orlando, they're in a precarious spot. If the season ended today, they'd be in the play-in tournament. So you know they'd love to rack up some wins and avoid that scenario.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Then it's Suggs. Then there's Wagner. And it's Richardson in at the 2. And for Toronto, Dick and Barrett are the 2 and the 3. Brandon Ingram out there with Jakob Poeltl. And it's Quickly in at the 1. And his teams run through the finish line of the season, Grant. There must be a certain amount of reflection happening.
For teams that are out of it, they might start that process now. But who has time for that if you're playoffs bound? He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Poeltl with a screen on Banchero. Ingram, pass to Poeltl. Stolen by Carter. On the wing, Suggs. Guarded by Barrett. Pass to Carter. Poeltl comes with a double. Carter can't get it to go. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's a three-point game. Their last meeting was in Orlando, where they were unable to fight off the Magic.
They got crushed the last time they faced this team, and they only have themselves to blame.
They just committed too many mistakes. It was impossible to overcome.
A go-to scorer. Love seeing Ingram take punishment and fight his way through it.
And going back to high school in North Carolina, 4 state championships for Brandon Ingram, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, he made a name for himself early as the #2 pick in 2016. He was an all-star and then most improved in 2020. The question is, can he get back to winning at the highest level?
That free throw, good from Ingram.
Well, he is such a unique player when we talk about Brandon Ingram. 6'8", an elite scorer. He can initiate offense with the pass. He just does a lot of different things to help you win.
Now here's Wagner. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Sacramento. And he makes it. Wagner's got 5 now.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give them credit for finding a weakness there.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Here's Carter. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. To the paint. Kicks it out to Wagner. Fires for 3. Fires in the triple. Wagner's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Stretching the defense out a little bit. Wagner knocking it down.
Pass to Poeltl. Now here's Dick. Clock at 6. Ingram against Banchero. The shot by Ingram, no good. The Magic have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Richardson, the pass to Banchero. Wagner on the wing, covered by Poeltl. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Ingram. Raptors trail by 3. Quickly outside. Back to Ingram. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Poeltl, screen on Richardson. Here's Ingram. It's hauled in by the Magic. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
They just weren't careful with the rock. The passing was loose. The ball handling was lackluster. That's not how you win in this league.
Well, nothing bothers coaches more than turnovers. I'm sure it was not quiet in that post-game locker room.
From deep, Banchero knocks down the triple.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Quickly. Here's Ingram. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
Well, that's a beautiful mid-range jumper that time by Ingram. Totally under control.
Wagner against Barrett. The kick out to Richardson. Back to Wagner. And Carroll with a screen on Barrett. Here's Wagner over Barrett. Hurdle grabs a miss. Raptors trail by 4. Outside Ingram. Pass to Quickly. That shot off. Oh, nice D from Carter. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. The talented Paolo Banchero came up early in the conversation, and he told me Paolo is basically a 6'10" point forward. That presents matchup issues. We'll have to put our best wing defender on him, and even he will need some help. Banchero has incredible skills for his size. That is what makes him so good. Guys, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's Dick. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. The 3 from Quickly. Orlando with the rebound. Suggs surveys the D. Here's Carter. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Putting in work. Carter Jr. is a lunch pail guy who just goes about his business.
You know, Grant, with Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, and OG Anunoby all winning on new teams, you wonder, did the Raptors have to blow it up?
You know, B.A., it's a fair question, but Toronto's front office saw a ceiling. So the question is, can they do better with this rebuild? And it remains to be seen.
And the thing I love about Barrett in watching him, he plays with toughness and determination.
And Carroll with a screen on Barrett. Shoot from the baseline. That one a little long. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 4. They're fresh off the win against the Pelicans.
Yeah, it was relentless play at both ends of the court in that game. They were able to seize control and maintain it.
That is the way they would like to play every night. But, of course, each opponent represents different challenges.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Pass to Dick. The 3 is up. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
Suggs with it. Now Quickly defending. Suggs, the pass to Wagner. Barrett against Banchero. Pass to Suggs. Over Quickly. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Ingram's got 4 rebounds now. And here is Barrett. On the wing, Grady Dick from deep. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Orlando leading by 4. To the inside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, I like seeing Carter Jr. challenge the defense. And he's so good at drawing these fouls.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
for Toronto. Mamukelashvili's checked in for Barrett, and it's Walter in for Dick. And a new group getting ready for Orlando. Wagner's checked in for Banchero. De Silva comes in for Wagner. Howard's checked in for Richardson. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Suggs. And he drops the first. Well, after the Magic traded away Dwight Howard back in 2012, seems like they spent about a decade in limbo, Grant.
That's so true, B.A. And once they finally committed to building through the draft, the turnaround was pretty rapid, showing the upside of drafting and developing from the ground up.
And he can't hit the second. Well, Tim, you hear about the move to positionless basketball. The Raptors are well equipped.
Yeah, they are loaded with athletic wings and interchangeable pieces, which gives them a high level of versatility.
It's stolen by Pirtle. Pass to Ingram. Inside. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, that's a big man playing big. Pirtle using all of that 7-foot length.
2 minutes left in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside Jones. Here's Howard. Wagner on the wing. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. Clock at 2. And another miss by Orlando.
And so far, they've had the advantage on the boards.
Quickly finds Pirtle. Toronto passing it around. Takes a 3. The rebound by Carter. Orlando has gone 4 of 6 from deep to start this game. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. From 10 feet away. That's short off the rim. Toronto trailing. Pass to Ingram. Pirtle with a screen on Carter. And here's Ingram from the arc. Orlando with the rebound.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Wagner outside. Now here's Jones. Lets the 3 fly. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, we've seen Jones getting more confident from beyond the arc. He's just taking more and making more.
Pirtle with a screen on Jones. And the dunk by Pirtle.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
The Magic have got 7 of 15 to find the net. Jones against Quickly. Now Jones. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Sacramento. Pass to Wagner. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist. And the Magic lead by 4.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
It's been all about Franz Wagner for the Magic. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Magic here in this one?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
It's what the league looks like these days, but it's not always easy to pull off and execute it.
They've got Walter, and it's Abaji in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. They set the screen. Jones, the pass to Bitadze. To the left side wing. Well, Grant, when you watch an NBA game today, do you wish you played in this era?
Oh, no doubt. It's a lot more open, and there's a greater emphasis on skill and player health. Oh, and by the way, those checks aren't too bad either.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, it's hard to stop a 6'10 wing who can handle and play through contact. And the Magic have 2 of them, Grant.
Yeah, the numbers remarkably similar for Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Banchero is stronger and more of a rebounder, but both of them are stars.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Raptors trail by 3. Here's Shed. Silva with a rebound. Orlando's got 5 of 7 threes to drop here tonight. Outside Jones to the inside. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the Magic are coming together. Paolo Banchero said, "This is a special group. We have something that you don't always see in professional sports. Guys really have each other's backs and look after one another. Not only are we close, but we're really talented and versatile as a team." Back to you.
An exciting young team. Allie, thank you.
That's a missed opportunity, and that is one he would love to have back.
Here's Shed. And that misses. That would have put him up. Pass to Wagner. Here's De Silva. Now here's Batase. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Here's Wagner. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Pass to Abaji. Beyond the arc. De Silva with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And here's Jones. Now here's Wagner. To the paint. Batase. The pass to Wagner. And that one drops for him. Wagner's got 10 points.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Set your move. Oh, sit down. Oh, that's nice. Bring those moves.
Changes for Toronto. Ingram's checked in for Mobo. Barrett comes in for Abaji. And it's Grady Dick in for Shed. Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Orlando. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Outside Dick. Toronto passing it around. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Back to Barrett. And he jams it after taking a nice feed on the run.
Well, R.J. Barrett right there playing with an edge. I want to see more of that.
And Carroll passes to Wagner. That's good. And it's Banchero with the assist. And Carroll's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Beautiful look right there. Led his man perfect.
Here's Walter. He's scoreless. Pass to Dick. Ingram up top. Over Banchero. And that one's good. Ingram.
And this is Brandon Ingram at his best. Catch and fire. Great look right there.
Up top, Banchero. To the right side. Now Wagner. And here's Banchero, covered by Ingram. From outside, off the mark. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Wagner, right side. Pass to De Silva. Now Banchero. Wagner with a screen on Ingram. Banchero finds Wagner. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Now here's Dick. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Toronto. Then for Orlando, Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Wagner. Richardson comes in for De Silva, and Suggs is subbed in for Jones.
One shot.
And obviously, we know so many kids dream of being a professional athlete. But when did that become a real goal of yours, Legs?
Well, B.A., honestly, about the age of 8, I thought I was headed for the major leagues. That all changed with a 7-inch growth spurt in one school year. Decided to try basketball for the first time, and man, am I glad I did.
The three, Barrett. That one's good on the sweet setup by Ingram. Ingram's got 5 assists tonight. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for Toronto.
For their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
Toronto has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Ingram. Again, the Raptors good for 2 more.
Nice touch from the mid-range. Ingram looking confident, rising up and shooting from there.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And they say you never want to get stuck in the middle. But the Raptors are in the middle, Tim. What's the plan?
Well, B.A., they're still very young, and they do have some playoff potential. I think making a trade for Brandon Ingram tells you what you need to know. They wanted to be aggressive because the East feels wide open.
Here. Quickly's checked in. And now it's time to look at the teams that have really impressed shooting from the field during the last 10 games. 5th on the list, the Magic.
And over the last 10 games, they have done a great job at getting the shots they want and shooting a high percentage.
Suggs finds Wagner. Here's Banchero. Releases. It's rebounded by Dick.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Poeltl with a screen on Richardson. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Yeah, well, if you're looking for a pick-and-roll partner, Poeltl is a good man to call on.
Orlando with the ball. 6-point game. Picked by Carter. Wagner on the wing. Banchero the screen. Wagner inside, guarded by Barrett, and the layup is good. Wagner's gotten 4 this quarter.
Yeah, Wagner just keeps going at them. He's in the zone right now.
Outside Dick. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Pirtle. Toronto needs to get off a shot here. Quickly from outside. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got 4 rebounds now. Suggs outside. Wagner outside. Here's Carter. Pirtle with the block.
Yeah, forget about it. If Pirtle's in the paint, he's going to use his size to alter everything in there.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
The Raptors with a lead. Outside Ingram to the middle. And that one is stuffed right through.
Big effort, big reward for Barrett. Just what a jam.
Carter, a screen on Ingram. Left side Carter, all sorts of time. Pirtle grabs a miss.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Count it. Now it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them reduce their attempts from downtown. And quite frankly, I think that's a good idea.
The 3rd pick in the 2019 draft, R.J. Barrett has that ideal build for an NBA wingman.
Well, B.A., he definitely has that. 6'6", strong, athletic. But what's the biggest key for R.J. going forward? It's consistency with his shooting, which can complement his ability to create off the dribble.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. In for Wagner. Here's Barrett. He's got 9. Pass to Dick. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Dick's got 5.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Jones with a screen on Dick. Banchero outside. Off target from 3-point range. Toronto leading by 6. Outside Ingram. Stolen by Jones. Pass to Richardson. Some solid defense from Ingram. Toronto has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point land here in the second. Dick, the pass to Barrett. Ingram against Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. The 3. The shot by Ingram, no good. Fires away from way outside. And we finished off 1 half of play. Toronto out in front. They're up by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
36. And get ready for some high RPM. And as many be first from your occupied arena entertainment.
Hey folks, welcome to the halftime show. A lead right now in this one for the Toronto Raptors.
They're getting a lot of looks at the rim, and that defense has no answer for it.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. The opponent just doesn't have the guys to stop you.
Now it's time to check in on how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
It's a very exciting group. We get to watch them grow. The league has adjusted to them along the way, but they've adjusted back.
Some great coaching as well to bring these guys along. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Franz Wagner has been sensational.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
Raptors lead by 6. On the court for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero, the lethal front court pair. Then it's Wendell Carter, then there's Jalen Suggs, and it's Richardson in at the 2. Now here's Quickly. And it's good, off the back of the rim and in. Quickly's got his first points of the night.
Used that screen to create just a little bit of space, and that's really all Quickly needed.
Banchero with a screen on Barrett. Bumped and finishes. Great stuff from Banchero.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Well, Paolo Banchero has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised, my mom and dad from there, it's in my blood. Back to you.
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie.
And I like the shot selection. Suggs recognizes when to look to score inside.
Outside Dick. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. And checking out the rookie leaderboard. Some sharp shooters from deep since the All-Star break. Here's Ingram. He's got 11. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the wing.
On defense, Banchero has a lot of good physical attributes, which help him create pressure.
Suggs finds Banchero. Back to Suggs. Down low. Banchero finishes with force inside.
Got the ball right inside. Such a well-timed pass.
The Raptors have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Pass to Pirtle. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Wendell Carter.
And Pirtle just keeps battling you inside. He is no stranger to physicality in there.
And that one falls for Pirtle. You know, Tim, both of Jakob Pirtle's parents played volleyball for the Austrian national team.
Yeah, he comes from an athletic family, and he certainly has a lot of agility for his size. And I think, B.A., in today's game, you need your big men to be able to move their feet.
Both shots good from the stripe. And when we talk about NBA wings, Legs, what are the most important skills in your mind?
Well, everybody's going to talk about scoring and also being able to defend your position. But for me, to become an elite wing, you also have to be able to create, add that escapability with your handle.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Here comes the Raptors wide set, which means we need you to get loud right now. Time to get ready. Here's the Raptors wide set.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shot is good by Barrett.
Such a gutsy player. Barrett takes on challenging defenders in style and stays in control.
Suggs with it. Checking the numbers, he's averaging close to 15 a game. There's a screen. Wagner, the pass to Richardson. No good from outside.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Suggs against quickly. Outside Ingram. To the inside. 6 to shoot. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, right now, Pirtle has the hottest hand on the floor. They should just keep feeding the big guy.
Wagner, the pass to Carter. Now Suggs. Richardson for 3. It's rebounded by Barrett. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. 6-point lead. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Pirtle with a screen on Carter. To the middle. And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist by Ingram. Ingram's got 8 assists here tonight. Right side Carter. Wagner against Barrett. Wagner, the pass to Banchero. Carter, a screen on Ingram. Right side Carter. Oh, rejected by Pirtle. All right, a chance to check out stats for Emmanuel quickly.
And all of a sudden, his 3-ball has left him. It's been a rough stretch for him the past 5 games. His percentage from downtown isn't near what it once was, but he's not going to give up. He'll try to get it going here today.
Now here's Ingram. They lead by 8, biggest lead of the game. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Banchero. Banchero's got 7 rebounds in the game.
When you're not at your best, it is great to have teammates who will pick up the slack.
Pass to Carter. The kick out to Richardson to snap the cold streak. Counted from distance. Richardson's got 9.
A good decision maker with the ball in his hands. Carter Jr. is a capable and willing distributor.
Dick finds Pirtle. Back to Dick. Fade away. Rebounded by Suggs. Magic trail by 5. To the paint. Here's Banchero. Banchero delivers inside.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Ingram.
Make some noise for
And let's have a look at our rookie leaderboard and see which players were at the top of the assist numbers these last 10 games. Toronto leading by 3. Quickly outside. Outside Dick. Back to Quickly. Shot clock at 6. High arcing shot. Great D that time from Suggs.
He struggles shooting the rock, yet they're still winning. It's a good thing his teammates have played well.
Here's Banchero. And it's good for 2. Banchero's got 13 now.
After some misses in the first, he's making up for it now.
Outside Barrett. Pass to Dick. Quickly with a screen on Richardson. Dick with a miss. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. For the lead. And it's Wagner missing. The Raptors have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. Suggs against Quickly. There's the 3. And again, Toronto no good.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Here's Banchero. Banchero unfazed by the contact.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Quickly deciding where to go with it. Uses the glass on the layup. Quickly's got 4 points this quarter.
That's a lot of focus that time by Quickly. So good at working his way through the contact.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
You see yourself on the screen and you select your best move. Let's go. Nice try. It's all good. Get there. Go, let's go through.
Checked in for Toronto, and a new group getting ready for Orlando. Batase's checked in for Carter. Wagner comes in for Wagner. De Silva's checked in for Richardson, and it's Jones in for Suggs. Orlando trailing here. Outside Jones. Wagner outside. And Carroll passes to Batadze, and he comes up with a bucket.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Magic?
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
And they've also done an outstanding job scoring in the paint, getting close looks and just pounding them inside.
Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Mamukelashvili's got 7 points in the game.
They will take that shot every time down the floor if they could. It's just great execution.
Pass to Kane. 1:53 left to play in the third quarter here.
Locks him up and hauls it in. Love the high activity level.
Quickly passes to Abaji. And the 3 off target. Here's Orlando. They're on a 12-4 run. And the long arms of Ochai Agbaji makes him a pest defensively.
Yeah, he is really becoming a quality 3-and-D wing as his scoring efficiency picks up. It's starting to match what he's doing on the other end with blocks, steals, and deflections.
Orlando again missing.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Jones against quickly. Pass to Agbaji. They set the pick. Shot clock at 5. It's hauled in by the Magic. And after this one, they're at home against Phoenix. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And here's Jones. There's 38 seconds left in the third. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. The 3 is up. Pure from 3-point range.
For 3.
He has 6.
Nice anticipation by Jones. He's always ready.
And here's quickly. An aggressive player on offense, scoring around 16 a game.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
You're going to have to be very patient right here. Let's see how it plays out.
Here's Kane. Banchero getting it done for Orlando. And that quarter was all about him, leading the comeback charge. Now they're up in this one. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, right there, he wasn't a ball stopper. He kept his eyes up and his options open.
Fourth quarter time, everyone. Yeah.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. We've got Brandon Ingram, and it's Mamukelashvili in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Matase can't hit. Raptors trail by 3. Inside. Shot is good by Mamukelashvili.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Wagner looking it over. Here's the 3. And Matase throws it down.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Raptors, Sandra Mamukelashvili. Shooting 1.
And that one misses. For Orlando, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Pass to Wagner. And the dunk by Wagner.
The fundamentals Wagner possesses are really impressive. Franz such a skilled and willing passer at his position.
Here's Shed. Outside Ingram. Here's Mobo. Out to the right wing. Here's Shed. Pass to Mobo. Walter from outside. Orlando with the rebound. Wagner's got 4 rebounds now. Jones, the pass to Wagner. Now Wagner. Here's De Silva, covered by Ingram. Oh, he goes up high for the 2-handed slam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
Now here's Ingram. Mamukelashvili. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. Ingram's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
Get Raptors! It's time for your North Side Crew!
Checked in, and a change for the Magic. Banchero's checked in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Jones, the pass to Wagner. Here's De Silva. Now here's Wagner. 6 to shoot to the inside. And Wagner gets it to go. On the assist by Wagner. Wagner's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Here's Mamukelashvili, and the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. And a quick look at how the Toronto Raptors schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Domantas Sabonis and the Sacramento Kings.
And for that game against the Celtics, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more even pairing in the league. That one promises to be a really closely fought battle.
Here's De Silva. Wagner outside. Gets the 3 to fall. And it's an 8-point Orlando lead.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
Outside Ingram. Looking to get back on track. Jones grabs the board.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
It's stolen by Pirtle. Pass to Walter. Here's Shed, defended by Jones. Pirtle with the ball. Outside Ingram. De Silva with the rebound. De Silva's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
Wagner, right side. The Magic need to put one up here. The 3 from Banchero. Toronto grabs the miss. Mamukelashvili's got his 4th rebound in this one. Ingram into the lane, and the shot goes.
Look at those long strides. Ingram eating up ground in a hurry.
Orlando leading by 6. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
That's just his first turnover of the game. For the most part, he's been very reliable.
Some changes for Toronto. Barrett's checked in for Mamukelashvili. Dick comes in for Walter. And quickly subbed in for Shed. Then for Orlando, Carter, he's checked in for Wagner. Richardson comes in for De Silva. And Suggs is subbed in for Jones. Now here's Dick. Ingram on the wing, guarded by Banchero. Here's Richardson, connects on the open jumper. And here's Quickly, he'll bring it up for the Raptors. Trailing by 8, pass to Pirtle. Back to Dick, Wagner with a steal. Ingram against Banchero. Picked by Carter. Banchero takes it. Kicks it out to Wagner. Just 5 to shoot. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
And Carroll passes to Carter. Here's Barrett. Got a piece of it.
Well, Wagner has the length, but that block was more about effort and timing.
Suggs. That's good. And it's Banchero with the assist. Banchero's got 6 assists now in the game. Raptors trail by 10. Quickly outside. Great D that time from Suggs. Here's Orlando. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Banchero. Wagner for 3. Pirtle rips down the board. The Raptors have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Outside Dick, now Ingram. Yes! Using that window!
If you give Ingram a shot that close to the rim, he's just flat out not going to miss it.
Outside Richardson. Oh, the long ball, no good! Ingram against Banchero. Bucket!
Another bucket that time by Ingram. He is going off, looking to attack every time he catches the ball.
Now here's Banchero. Carter, a screen on Ingram. Banchero fires! Can't get the 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Banchero against Ingram. Pirtle, screen on Banchero. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Carter. And the Magic pushing it up now.
Yeah, nice initiative from Suggs. Seeing an easy scoring opportunity and pouncing on it.
Raptors trail by 8. And there's 1:38 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And stolen by Banchero. And it's Orlando on the break. Banchero cleaning up the fast break.
In transition, Banchero already knows to turn on the Jets. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense to catch up on him at all.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
And the 15th round squad for your dance team.
Ingram against Banchero. Now here's Ingram. He's closely guarded. Picked by Pirtle. Stolen by Carter.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Magic.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
And this will give them win number 32 on the year so far.
And big-time bragging rights won today. Just grabbing that season series.
And no question this was a team effort. But you have to love how big a night this was for Franz Wagner.
If this were a crime scene, he would be questioned because his fingerprints are all over it.
Here's Banchero after the basket by Toronto. Carter, a screen on Ingram. No good from 3! And not much left to play for at this point.
Hey, you give it your all and let the chips fall where they may. Just wasn't their night.
Suggs against Quickly. So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Franz Wagner.